Pursuant to the rule, the gentleman from Texas is recognized for 5 minutes in support of his resolution.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Because really for many months now, so many of us Democrats here in the House have been pleading with our Republican colleagues to recognize that there is a very serious cost to the American people of prescription price gouging. Such a serious matter that overwhelmingly in the fall, when the Kaiser Family Foundation surveyed healthcare concerns of Americans, the #1 issue was soaring, unaffordable prescription drugs. We have not been very successful in getting their attention on this. Just to recognize the severity of the problem, not even getting to the point of agreeing on what the many solutions legislatively, what action this Congress, this administration might take in order to address this problem. We get another indication of the severity of the problem and the way that people across America are being impacted by the Republican failure to address prescription price gouging in the latest survey done this year by AARP, their Prescription Price Watch report that was released that found the average retail price among 622 prescription medicines that are widely used by seniors more than doubled from less than $6,000 in 2006 to over $11,000 in 2013. That is an incredible increase, and it's not just seniors that are impacted, but working families, people all over the United States, by the fact that prescription drug prices are rising much faster than the cost of living and of other health care. Now, we've been asking for months that Republicans recognize the severity of this problem. I've asked in the Ways and Means Committee. We cannot even get a hearing on the subject. Our colleagues have asked in the Commerce Committee, how about a hearing to look at what is happening to the American people on these outrageous prescription price increases that just keep increasing and increasing? The Commerce Committee has refused to hold a hearing on it. The Appropriations Committee has been asked to review and consider this problem, won't hold a hearing on it. The Government Oversight Committee, under the leadership of Elijah Cummings as the ranking Democrat, asked for a subpoena, and finally, and it's appropriate for this bill, they call it the Smarter Act, and Republicans are always so much better at naming their legislation than what's in it. We had a smart aleck who got subpoenaed by video, the guy that thought it was okay to raise the price of an over 60-year-old drug by over 5,000% in one day, having a big impact on people that needed it for reduced immunity from any number of kinds of treatments, a 5,000% increase, and they at least were willing to get him over video to make his various smart aleck remarks about his ability to do that. Competition by itself is not solving the problem with the soaring cost of prescription drugs. But trying to maintain competition, if Republicans won't recognize how endangered so many Americans are by prescription price gouging, we ought not to go backwards. And that's what I fear this bill would do. And let me give you a precise example. On November 18th, the Federal Trade Commission, which would be impacted by this bill, approved a final order that was concerned with a merger on generic drugs that treat certain types of ulcers and thyroid conditions. This is the merger, an $8 billion merger between Endo International and Par Pharmaceuticals. The FTC was concerned about the effect on competition and raising prices and gouging consumers even more that is occurring already. I do not want to impair in any way their ability to initiate litigation, to be involved, to see that competition remains to the limited extent it is now, and not see seniors or working families with a sick child or anyone who gets a sad diagnosis of a life-threatening disease and then finds themselves facing financial ruin, even if they have insurance. To see one of the few tools that we have to deal with these anti-competitive provisions, to see it eliminated by this bill. This is the last amendment on the bill. It will not send the bill back to committee. It will at least preserve this one narrow area that if Republicans won't recognize the problem, at least don't go make it worse. They could be bringing up bills to this floor like the one that had bipartisan support about 8 or 9 years ago. Former Representative John Dingell had a bill so that we would begin to have Medicare negotiate prices with these pharmaceutical companies. Even 24 Republicans joined us. That's the kind of bipartisan action we need, but at least approve this motion to recommit, let the bill move forward, but without gouging consumers on prescription drug prices even more than they are today. I yield back.
Time of the gentleman has expired.